What if you invested $1,000 in Cardano when it was at 3 cents? What's up, my name is Caroline and this is Wealth in Progress, where you'll learn how to make passive income with cryptocurrencies. In this video, we'll look at how much you could have made if you invested $1,000 in Cardano when it was at 3 cents. We'll look at what makes Cardano so valuable, plus we'll look at how we can use that knowledge to find coins with similar potential. This video is sponsored by Bitpanda. Bitpanda is about the easiest way to get into crypto, even for total beginners. They have a super easy interface that allows you to buy all of the top cryptocurrencies, but also stocks or other assets. You can deposit a lot of different currencies and then swap it in just a few clicks. Plus, if you struggle with DCA, they've even got a built-in function for just that. Their savings plan allows you to regularly invest money without you having to think about it. So you just predetermine how much you want to invest on a weekly or monthly basis, and it will automatically do that for you. Try them out now by going into the description and clicking on the first link. By the way, even my 70-year-old dad uses them, so you'll definitely manage that too. Alright, so what is Cardano? So if you go to their website, you can read here, Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain platform, the first to be founded on peer-reviewed research and developed through evidence-based methods. Now, there are a couple of things that are really cool about it. Number one, it's like a layer one solution. So it's like a layer one blockchain where other projects can build on top of it, and that means in the long run, end users who use the dApps that are built on top of Cardano will not even realize that Cardano is the base layer. However, for those dApps to run, Cardano is used. So there is an increase in demand, but in the end users won't even realize they need that. Now, the other cool thing is that it is proof of stake. Now, that is much more energy efficient than proof of work that Bitcoin is running on. Plus, you can also stake your Cardano and earn 5% interest per year. The other cool thing is that it is peer-reviewed, that is based on peer-reviewed research. That means a bunch of top-notch developers are working for Cardano and are building it to be the most decentralized, most secure, and cheapest smart contract blockchain. Now, Cardano has actually just recently launched the ability for smart contracts. So it has recently launched the Alonzo mainnet hard fork on September 12th. That was here. And since then, we've had a correction, which is completely normal after such a big event. Now I'm on the daily chart, and as you can see, we've been going downwards and then basically sideways. And I found an interesting article that suggests that we're imminent for an upwards move. So the article by AMB Crypto titles Why a Major Crypto Swing Could Be Due for Cardano. So what you can see, their analysis is based on the 4-hour chart, and there is a triangle that is just coming to an end. And of course, there are two options. It could break up to the downside or the upside. But since it has been trading sideways, and since we've had the correction already, and since we're going into Q4, which is usually the most bullish one of the bull cycle, an upwards move is much more likely. Now, investing $1,000 in Cardano now is one thing, but let's look at how much you'd have if you had invested $1,000 back when it was at 3 cents. So let's quickly take out the calculator. So if we divide $1,000 by $0.03, you would have received 33,333 Cardano. Now, if you multiply that by the current price, which is $2.31, you'd now have $77,000 with just $1,000 invested. So that's pretty crazy. But that's not all. You can also stake in and earn about 5% APY per year. So we have the Cardano staking calculator here. So if we enter that number here as well, you can see that with a conservative estimation of 4.6% APY per year, you earn another 1.5 thousand ADA per year. Now, I've done some digging, and Cardano has been at 3 cents a couple of times, and the last time was actually in March 2022. So if we scroll down here, you can see it was number 15, and Cardano, it was even lower. It was at 2.7 cents. So if you had gotten in back then, that's about 1.5 years ago, you'd now have probably about 2,500 Cardano extra just from staking that. So as you can see, a huge price development, and that investment of $1,000 would have given you a whole lot of extra cash. So what do we do with that knowledge? Well, there are a couple of things. Number one, I don't think Cardano's price increase is finished yet. So we're entering into Q4, and that's usually the part of the year where the bull run is the most explosive. So even for now, I think a $10 Cardano is totally possible by the end of the year. So that's still about a 4x. So if you're interested in buying Cardano now, I'll quickly show you how to do that on Bitpanda. So I'm now on Bitpanda's dashboard. So what you first have to do is you have to deposit some money. So if you click on that, you see a bunch of different coins and a bunch of different fiat currencies that you can deposit in here. So you can choose from that. And then what you'll have to do once that is deposited, you click on trade. And then you either buy, so I don't have enough fiat in here now, but you just buy here, that's really easy. Or what you can also do is you can swap. So for instance, I have some of that best token, and then here I could just choose Cardano. And then I could swap that. What you can also do is you can set up that savings plan. So again, click on trade, and then if you click on savings plan, then again you can choose Cardano, and then you can choose how you want that to be executed. So they currently accept Visa or MasterCard. You can choose the currency, for instance euros, then you also have SEPA. So for instance, if I click on MasterCard, you can see then you can choose the amount, you can choose the frequency, and once that's all set up, it will automatically DCA in for you, and that's the proven best way to get the best price if you just keep buying on a regular basis. Alright, so that's the first option. The second option is to look for other coins with very big potential. So what we can see is, if we look back at the historic data, so what's interesting is what you can see is even when Cardano was at 2.7 cents, its market cap was already at 700 million. So not tiny by any means. But since the whole market is now much bigger, you can even look for bigger coins, like in the range of 1 to 2 billion, and they would still have a lot of upwards potential. So for instance, if we look at Cardano's market cap now, it's at 74 billion. So even if you choose a coin that is at 1 or 2 billion market cap, that is a possibility for like a 35 to a 70x from there on. Now, of course, not all coins will achieve that market cap, but if you choose a good one that has some good fundamentals, some good potential, then this is totally a possibility. So you can either choose another first layer solution. So a couple ones that I have my eyes on is, for instance, Velas. So that caught my eye because they have recently launched Velas Pad, their first launch pad. Now what you can see is their market cap is still very, very small. That is actually a Solana hard fork. So that works in a similar way to Solana, and you know what happened to Solana. So if that achieves a similar market cap, that would probably be close to a 100x. Now the good thing about Velas is that its ecosystem is not developed yet, so they're just starting to get dApps on top of that, and with Velas Pad, with the launch pad running on top of them, I could see that a lot of projects will start very soon on that one. Of course, there's no guarantee and this is no financial advice, but I could see this as a very good option for some very good price increase in Q4. Two other bigger options that I've had my eye on are either Zilliqa. So as you can see, their market cap is 1.1 billion, so that's still relatively small, and that's another one another layer 1 solution that hasn't popped yet. Another first layer solution that hasn't popped yet but has probably some very good potential is Cosmos. So that has a bit of a bigger market cap, that is at almost 8 billion, but if it could reach Cardano's market cap, if the ecosystem grows, then that would still be a 10x from here. Now the cool thing about that is you can also buy them on Bitpanda. So you can see you can buy them here, and then you can also theoretically do that savings plan with them as well. So this way you can DCA in and you can completely forget about them. So this is the first option about what you can do now with that knowledge. That what would have happened if you invested $1,000 in Cardano back at 3 cents. If you invest $1,000 in those kind of coins, you might have some similar potential. No guarantee, of course, but this is an option. Now, the second option that you can do if you have money that you can absolutely afford to lose is to invest in ecosystem coins, either on one of those ecosystems that I've just mentioned, or for instance on Cardano as well. So Cardano has a couple of coins that are live already, and you can invest in those, and those are smaller caps. This means higher risk but also higher potential. So a few examples are, for instance, Coty. So they have just recently announced a partnership with them. Coty will be the issuer for Cardano's stablecoin. So once that all goes up and running, that will probably increase in price quite dramatically. So that's an option. But again, this has a smaller market cap, so a tiny bit more risky. Then another option that you could invest in is ADAX. So that's a DEX for Cardano that has a very small market cap, therefore it's very risky, and that would be very early on. It has had a all-time high of I think about $2, so that was over $2. So you can see even to get back to the all-time high, there will be about a 2.5x already. And then the last and then another option you could invest in is AdaPad. So that's the most popular launchpad for Cardano at the moment. There are a couple of other ones, but at the moment this is the most popular one. And again, you can see that's a much smaller market cap, much riskier. But if those projects are now launching on Cardano, there's definitely demand for a launchpad that will take those coins. And as you probably know, to participate on a launchpad, you need this token. You need the AdaPad token, and you need to stake it, and this way you can participate in it. I've just uploaded a video about how to participate in an AdaPad IDO, link on top of my head if you're interested. But yeah, so these coins, I think they have definitely some more potential to grow. So of course you never know which one is going to pop, but I think these options have definitely some very good growth potential. So if you invested $1,000 in one of those options and then it developed in a similar way as Cardano did from 3 cents, then you'd have a 70x from there. Now this is the outlook for the end of this bull run, but what's even better is if you prepare during the bear market and DCA in over a longer time. So what you can do is you can pick a few favorites that have some good fundamentals. For instance, a couple of those that I've explained, but not all of them will survive the bear market. But there will be ones that have good potential, and what you can do is you can profit from very cheap prices during the bear market. So that's what you could have done with Cardano when it was at 3 cents. It was below 10 cents for a very, very long time, and that's exactly what I've done. I've DCA'd in over, I think, a year and a half. I've put in a little money every month or every few weeks, and this allows you to get a really good price, and this way you'll be well prepared for the next bull market when something pops as Cardano did so far. Alright, so that's it for this video. Which coin do you think has a 70x potential like Cardano had from 3 cents to where it is now? Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!